All right, my collecting brothers and sisters, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And just what can you do for your country? You could help other people. You could be a great citizen, and you could watch this patriotic video. That's what you need to do. Watch this patriotic video. Once I've told you what to do, some of you are going to be like, you're not going to tell me what to do. All right, then. Don't you dare watch this patriotic video if you're somebody who doesn't like to be told what not to do or what to do or what to not do. Ha! Let's see you get around that one. Okay, so here's the deal. I am 62 years old, and I just today, this morning, finished this book on Aaron Judge's epic 62 home run season. Ooh, yeah. And I've already finished my collection of it. Well, I haven't. Well, okay. I already completed my goal of having at least 62 versions of this card, either paper or chrome, Aaron Judge's 2022 Topps card. This is the gold. By the way, the reason I'm showing the gold, it's not really, one of the cards I want to highlight in this video. But I do have a new version of the gold, another gold refractor out of 50. And I think I might just have completed every gold refractor out of 50 from 2022 Topps chrome type gold refractors with this image, like with various waves and so forth, or various, from various sets like Sapphire and so forth. With this very image, I think I might just have completed all of the golds. Now, the reason I say think is because nobody knows. Nobody knows exactly how many parallels there are. New ones pop up all of the time. Actually, I tried to look online and see, but I'm not sure. But I'll show that in a future video, and then people can tell me, hey, here's one you don't have, or you've done it. You have actually done it. So I'm up to about 70 versions of this image from 2022, and I will continue to pick and choose my spots and add more of those over time, slowly but surely. Who knows? Maybe I'll hit 100. Maybe I'm at 75 now. I don't even know. I'm going to have to do the count and give you an accurate count, but I can be kind of lazy. I'm going to turn this camera around and get to the focus of today's video, which is all of my Independence Day, Topps Independence Day cards. Now, these are out of 76. Now, the reason I mentioned this card is I started with the idea of having at least 62 versions of this card. And then sometime along that journey, I discovered that, there were certain parallels I really liked, and the Independence Day parallel out of 76, in reference to 1776, those started in 2018. And I discovered that might just be, maybe, possibly my favorite parallel. So rather than going this way with more and more and more judges from 2022, which I intend to do some of that as well, picking and choosing my spots, I started going this way through the years. 2022, 23, 24, 2021, 2020. Well, I don't have a 2020 yet. But I started working on getting the Aaron Judge Independence Day cards. Not necessarily looking to complete all of them, but, doing what I can and picking and choosing my spots. Then last year, after Ohtani won his second, championship with the Dodgers, I said, hey, isn't this the perfect time to get some Ohtani cards in my collection, because I had exactly 0 Ohtani cards. And so I got, maybe about 10 Ohtani cards, 8 or 10, something like that. Roughly half of which were Independence Day. And man, how crazy is the card market overall right now? How crazy is it? But how crazy is the Ohtani market as well? Because, you would have thunk that was the worst time to buy Ohtani cards from a price standpoint. But actually, I'm pretty sure these are, have went up quite a bit since I bought them at what you would have thought would have been just a peak time market-wise. So how crazy is that? I doubt I'll be adding any more Ohtani soon, just because, I don't want to pay the Ohtani tax. I mean, hey, I wouldn't mind having some more Ohtani cards, but, the ones that I want, I just wouldn't want to pay those bucks for them. So without further ado, let me turn this camera around, let me change the lighting, and then I'm going to start flexing with some big, whoo, yeah, Independence Day cards out of 76. Going to show you every Independence Day card I have. So hang in there, Patriots. Let's go. All right, we got this camera turned around. We got this lighting changed. We're going to start with Ohtani. This is his 2026 base hitting Independence Day card out of 76. And I really love the design. I love the 75th anniversary logo there. I'll probably say it a zillion times, but all of these are out of 76. So there's the 2026 Ohtani. Going back in time, we have to jump back to 2024. And this is a combo card of Ohtani and Yamamoto. And again, Yamamoto being the most recent World Series MVP. I thought this would be a fantastic card to pick up. 15 out of 76, and the back talks about the two of them, the two Japanese stars. So yeah, absolutely love this combo card here. And then we have to go back to 1 year prior to 2023. The base hitting card of Ohtani, number 12 out of 76. And there's the back. And then we go back to 2022, a combo card. And, you know, I think I got a great buy on this. I think this is such an epic card. Just the red really works here with their uniforms and the stars. Yes, this could use some blue for red, white, and blue for, you know, for the patriotic red, white, and blue, but actually, you know, I think the red really works nicely on this card. And I just think it's an epic image. Talks about Trout and Ohtani, and that is number 13, I think. I think that's 13 out of 76. Let's see if I can get that to stay up there just a moment. All right, so there we have it, the Ohtanis. Oh yeah, now we're gonna move to the judges, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause this video, set those aside, and yeah, start judging you. So let's do it. Woohoo! All right, you know you need to be judged. Oh yeah, you've been a bad collector, bad. All right, my humor's not even funny, but sometimes it cracks me up. These tend to pretty much be all off center that I've seen. Now I have to say that, right? To exalt my card here. But this is the 2026, and he got number 1 in the set as an honor, 21 out of 76. So yeah, my thinking here was I bought one of these, you know, ungraded when they were becoming available on eBay as people were opening the Series 1 packs and boxes. But I saw several and they were all off center, and I thought, you know, they only produced 76 of these, so I'm gonna grab one now because I wouldn't be surprised if they're all off center like that. So yeah, happy to have that. In fact, not just happy, but stoked to have that. And we move back 1 year to 2025, his 2025, you know, base Independence Day, if we can say it that way. And yeah, I think they've really been nailing these Independence Day designs. Maybe they listened to collectors, 63 of 76. Maybe they listened to collectors and started to up their game after collectors weren't as happy with the Independence Day designs. This is also from 2025, and this is back to 2024, the American League home run leaders, where Judge was number 1 with 58 home runs. And this is 54 out of 76. And then we're going to go back to 2024. In the CGC Mint Plus 9.5. Yeah, I think they did a fantastic job with this image here. This is one of my favorite Independence Day designs. And 18, the centennial issue, 1876. Woo! By the way, there's a 17 out of 76 right now. It's a 2018 Aaron Judge with a rookie cup. It's a PSA 9. Earlier today, it was at $760 at auction. And I thought, oh, that looks so cool to me. That card looks so cool. And the 17 out of 76, I was like, I'm trying to save for the National. Would I actually pay more than $760 for that? And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I would. Well, now, last time I checked, it's up to like 1,500 plus. So I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know. Yeah, just, more money than I'd want to spend, but I think it's so cool. The Rookie Cup, the first year of Independence Day, 2018, Aaron Judge, beautiful, beautiful card too. Beautiful Independence Day design from that year, and 17 out of 76. So, here I am saying, go get it, Adam. But I mean, come on, man, $1,500 with several days to go. Who the heck knows what that'll go for? All right, here's the deal. In order to judge you properly, I'm going to pause, remove these, and make some room to judge you some more. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! All right, if you've stuck with me this far, you deserve to be judged. Woohoo! I tell you what, it's the same humor over and over, but, hey. This is 2023, but these are the American League home run leaders. A 2023 card honoring the 2022 home run leaders, the Judge, Trout, and Alvarez. So what a sweet card when Judge hit his 62, which is a lot more than Trout, although Trout came in and hit 40, which is pretty sweet. This is also the Centennial issue, 18 out of 76. But then I've also got his base Independence Day card from 2023. This I recall paying $120 for. It was going around the eBay merry-go-round as a buy it now for a long, long time. I think the seller wanted like $250 and took my offer of $120 or something, which, man, that was before the number 6 out of 76, and how cool they gave him card number 62. That was before the Judge cards became more expensive as well. And then back to 2022, I've always got a shout out, and I'm happy to do so. Shane Shoebox Legends. I got this from him in an epic trade. 2022 Independence Day base card, number 66 out of 76. And what about 2021? Well, I've got two of them, actually. I got this ungraded one first. I love this design, too. The 70th anniversary logo from the 1951 set, which was sort of a playing card set, up to 2021, the 70 years. And, some people don't care for this as well, but with the splashes of blue, I think this nails it myself. The Yankees, vintage Yankees logo here is very patriotic as well. Anyway, here's the deal. This one I remember. I mean, I keep records, of what I paid, 26 out of 76. But this one was, I think it was like $150 or something, or best offer. And it had been just sitting on eBay. And I offered the seller $62.62, and he took it. So, oh yeah. Well then, sometime later, at a decent price, it was more than $62.62. I know that might have been $100-ish or so. I think it might have even been under 100, but I could look. But it was around $100. I got this Minty Fresh 9, so happy to have this one as well. And, happy to keep both of these. This one's the Centennial issue again, 1876. I'm going to get a little crazy and put that up there. All right, I don't know, I need some new humor here, so you should be judging me, but I'm going to clear these out, and we'll continue this Judge Fest. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's the deal. I don't have any Judge Independence Day cards from 2020, but I imagine one will come my way at some point, the right one. However, let me adjust this just a little bit here. There we go. 2019, I got this one. And, yeah, it's about picking your spots and being patient, right? Because I certainly didn't get these in a day. It was over, a couple, 2 or 3 years of just waiting for, with a saved search and waiting for these to come along. I think these have pretty much all been eBay purchases for the most part, except, that trade with Shane. So, yeah, I think this 2019 is just absolutely spectacular. 44 out of 76. And now I've got one more to show you, and this is my favorite. In fact, I'm going to go crazy here and take it out of the sleeve. Now, this is from 2018, the first year of the Independence Day parallel. And so I really wanted one from the first year. In fact, I just about bought, just about any player just to have one, but I really wanted a Judge. This is fairly recent. I've had it a few months. Went through the eBay authentication guarantee, and I just love it. I think, what a design. The way the red and the blue and the stars are just kind of, I don't know, just sort of exploding up or whatever. And then, with this red ribbon here and the American League Eagle, to me, this is just absolutely spectacular. Now, this is not his base card. It's his league leaders card. However, I didn't want the RBIs where he came in second. I wanted the card that commemorated the American League home run leaders, number 55 out of 76 in this case, where he came in first as a rookie and hit the 52 home runs. So yeah, this is my favorite. Super, super stoked to have it. So we're just going to feast our eyes on this. And let me talk about where this Independence Day collection is going. As far as Ohtani goes, it might just stay where it's at. But as far as Judge goes, I definitely want to get something from 2020 that I like. It doesn't have to be his base card. It could be a subset card if I really like it. And that way I've got at least one Independence Day parallel Judge card from each of the years that they had the Independence Day parallel starting in this year, 2018. So definitely want to do that. Yeah, so I guess that would be a completion of sorts, where I would define my own completion, because after all, this is not the base card. This is a league leader card, but having at least one Independence Day from each year would be so cool that I would consider that kind of a cool personal completion. Having said that, I'm super stoked to have gotten to where I've gotten. I'm really amazed. I'm amazed, because these are so tough to find, and just kind of picking my spots and waiting and getting them every now and then. As a patient American collector, let me turn this camera around. Let's see here. Oh man, yeah, woo! Hey, happy 4th of July, everybody. I hope you have a great holiday. I hope things are going well. Life can be stressful, right? For all sorts of reasons. So I hope you are finding peace. I hope you're finding joy. I hope your life is heading toward feeling, I know it can be a tough time. Well, hey, 1776 was a tough time. I think the life expectancy was like 30 years because of all the diseases and everything, that they couldn't stop, all the plagues and stuff. So it's always been a tough time, just in different ways, right? But I think a lot of people would say it's a tough time. And so, what I wish for you, what I hope for you, is that your life is heading toward, I hope this for myself as well and my family, heading toward, being at peace and moving, being in better mental health and better emotional, physical, spiritual health, as opposed to just frankly being just stressed out or just all, tied up in knots over whatever it is that can trouble and annoy and enrage. So, what I wish for you is a wonderful, peaceful, joyful life. Maybe that's a lot to ask, but that's my, hope and prayer for you and your family. So thank you for sharing in my joy. I hope you had a wonderful and peaceful time in the Vintage Sanctuary. Take care, my collecting brothers and sisters.